Welcome to the channel and gather round, citizens of wisdom. I offer not swords or sandals, not grain or grapes, but something far more valuable. Wisdom from days past. Take a moment of your day to unwind and allow us to meander through the ancient path of our ancestors. Take time for yourself and slowly listen closely to the echoes of antiquity that follow. In our quest for understanding life, we often grapple with an existential riddle. What do we truly control? Picture a seesaw, if you will, with control teetering on its fulcrum. On one side we have the external world, a whirlwind of chaos filled with events, people and circumstances that are largely beyond our reach. On the other side we have the internal world, our thoughts, reactions and choices that are ours and ours alone to command. This is the dichotomy of control, an ancient wisdom bestowed upon us by the Greek philosopher Epictetus. He urged us to identify and separate matters, to discern between the externals that dance outside our control and the choices that lie obediently within our grasp. This, he claimed, is the chief task in life, a task that requires not just understanding, but acceptance and courage. Consider for a moment the rain. No amount of wishful thinking or frustration can alter the course of the clouds. The rain is an external, indifferent to our desires, immune to our control. But our reaction to the rain, whether we choose to curse the skies or dance in the puddles, that is within our control. That is our choice. It is a simple truth, yet one that is often overlooked. We expend energy, time, even sanity, attempting to control the uncontrollable, wrestling with the externals. But Epictetus advises us to redirect that energy, to focus instead on the internal, on the choices that are our own. This is where we find our power, our freedom. So where then do we look for good and evil? The answer, according to Epictetus, is not in the whirlwind of the world, but within ourselves, within our choices. For every choice we make, every reaction we have, is a reflection of who we are, of our character. And character, unlike the weather, is something we can control. Remember, the true measure of good and evil resides not in uncontrollable externals, but within our choices. So let's choose wisely and remember to dance in the rain. Wealth, a word often equated with possessions, but is that all there is to wealth? Let's consider the perspective of the Greek philosopher Epictetus. His wisdom paints a different picture of wealth. One that's not about owning material possessions, but rather about freedom from wanting. Imagine a child in a sweet shop, eyes wide, yearning for every candy on the shelf. The child feels poor because they desire every single sweet, yet they can't have them all. Now consider a sage in the same shop. The sage feels no such desire. They are content, at peace. Despite owning nothing in the shop, the sage is wealthier than the child. Why? Because they have achieved freedom from wanting. This is the crux of Epictetus's notion of wealth. It's not about what you have, but about what you don't want. Desire, you see, is a tricky beast. It promises happiness with each new acquisition, yet with each fulfilled desire, another springs forth. It's a never-ending cycle that keeps us perpetually unsatisfied, forever chasing the illusion of wealth. But what if we could break this cycle? What if we could tame the beast of desire? We would find ourselves in a state of contentment, free from the relentless pursuit of more. This is the true nature of wealth, according to Epictetus. It's not about the quantity of possessions, but the quality of our inner state. It's about being satisfied with what we have, and not constantly yearning for more. So, how do we achieve this freedom from wanting? It starts with understanding that external possessions are not the source of true happiness or wealth. It's about cultivating an inner sense of contentment, a deep appreciation for what we already have. It's about recognizing that the endless pursuit of more often leads to less. Less satisfaction, less happiness, less peace. So redefine your concept of wealth. Seek not the endless accumulation of possessions, but the freedom from incessant wanting. Remember, like the sage in the sweet shop, true wealth comes from within. It's about being at peace with what you have, and more importantly, with what you don't have. How often do you remember your mortality? More importantly, how does it make you feel? Now, this may be a jarring question for some, but it's one that holds an incredible amount of power. It's a cornerstone of the ancient Stoic philosophy, a concept known as memento mori, or remember you must die. Now, before you click away, let's clear up a misconception. This isn't about dwelling on the morbid or fostering fear. Quite the contrary. It's about harnessing the inevitable to appreciate the now. Our mortality, though a certainty, is often a forgotten reality. We get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we forget the ticking clock, the finite nature of our existence. We start taking our time and health for granted. It's like forgetting that the book you're engrossed in has a last page. The story is beautiful, but it will end. And it's the thought of that ending that makes each page, each moment precious. That's where memento mori steps in. It's a gentle daily reminder to value our time and health. When we remember that our time here is limited, every second becomes precious, every choice becomes critical. We start to see the beauty in fleeting moments, the joy in transient experiences, the wonder in ephemeral encounters. Our health too takes on a new level of importance. A healthy body, a sound mind, these are not just means to an end, but an end in themselves. They become treasures to be guarded, not commodities to be squandered. We start to live more consciously, eat more mindfully, move more joyfully, think more healthily. And so we find that remembering our mortality doesn't bring fear, but gratitude. It doesn't bring dread, but appreciation. It doesn't bring darkness, but a profound sense of light. It helps us live not as though we are merely existing, but as though we are truly alive. So begin each day with a reminder of your mortality, not to dwell in fear, but to appreciate the preciousness of time and health. Having explored these profound concepts, how do we apply this wisdom in our lives? Let's delve into the practicality of these teachings, transforming them from mere words to lived experiences. Firstly, practicing the dichotomy of control. The world around us is a swirling vortex of events, people and circumstances, most of which are beyond our control. What we can control, however, are our reactions and responses. Every moment is an opportunity to exercise this control. When you find yourself in a stressful situation, pause. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. If it is, decide on the best course of action. This simple practice can bring immense peace and clarity. Next, let's redefine wealth. The material world is fleeting and transient. True wealth, as Epictetus suggests, resides not in possessions, but in the freedom from wanting. So how do we cultivate this freedom? Through gratitude and contentment. Make a habit of acknowledging what you already have. This could be as simple as writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Over time, you'll find that your desire for more begins to diminish, replaced by a deep sense of abundance. Lastly, let's appreciate the preciousness of time and health. Life is a fleeting gift, and our health is the vessel that allows us to experience it. Each morning, remind yourself of your mortality. This isn't about fostering fear, but about cultivating appreciation. This awareness can guide us to make healthier choices, spend our time wisely, and live our lives fully. Applying the wisdom of Epictetus is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, consistent changes that align with these teachings. It's about shifting our perspectives, our habits, and ultimately our lives. And remember, wisdom isn't simply about understanding. It demands action, it requires practice, and it thrives on application. It's not just about learning how to navigate the world, but also about learning how to navigate our minds. In the end, wisdom is not just about understanding, it's about application. Absorbing wisdom is just the first step, sharing it is the next. As we journey through the labyrinth of life, we encounter a myriad of experiences, some delightful, others not so much. But what remains constant is our capacity to learn, to grow, and to evolve. The teachings of Epictetus aren't mere philosophical musings, they are practical tools for navigating the unpredictable seas of existence. Imagine the power of implementing the dichotomy of control in your everyday life, distinguishing between what's in your hands and what isn't. How liberating it would be to focus your energy on the things you can influence, rather than fretting over the uncontrollable. And then, there's the true nature of wealth. It's not in the abundance of possessions, but in the scarcity of wants. Can you fathom the tranquility that comes with this realization? The freedom from the relentless pursuit of more? Finally, Let's not forget the preciousness of time and health. To wake each day with the knowledge of our own mortality is not a morbid thought. It's a reminder to cherish each moment, each breath, each heartbeat. Now, the invitation is for you to experiment with these teachings, apply them to your life, observe the transformation, and most importantly, share your experiences. The comment section below is a treasure trove of wisdom, waiting to be enriched by your insights and reflections. Imagine a community of seekers, each one contributing their unique perspectives, their trials and triumphs. Picture the ripple effect of this shared wisdom reaching far and wide, touching countless lives. If you found value in this video, do give it a thumbs up. This is more than just a like. It's a signal to the universe that you are ready to embrace wisdom. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to our channel. This is your gateway to a world of enlightenment. And finally, share this video. Share the wisdom. Remember, wisdom grows when shared. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep seeking wisdom.